Hey guys, here I am coming with a really quick video showing you guys how to make baby sweatpants. So me and Ricardo have these sweatpants, and I made a pair, as you guys can see. I just showed you, but those didn't come out very well, so I'm going to go ahead and remake them without the mistakes. So the first thing I need to know is how long I need them to be. I need them to be 20 inches, which you guys see me measuring here, because the first pair I actually didn't do them long enough, so they didn't go over her butt. So I'm checking just to make sure it's more than enough for her crotch space, and then to go over her diaper, I'm going to go ahead and pin that 20-inch mark and put Isabelle down really quick because she began to get antsy. Now I'm back, and I'm going to go ahead and cut straight across that 20-inch mark, and here we go. Now you pretty much have your pair of pants in front of you. Now I'm going to measure that crotch allowance in space, which is 10 inches. The last time it was only about 7 or 8. So I'm going to go ahead and pin my 10-inch crotch allowance and go straight up. But I want to make sure that it's even, so I measured it was about 5.5 inches. So I folded it in half, and I put that pin in the middle. So now I'm going to go straight up and meet that 10-inch pin for her crotch. Boom. Doesn't have to be a perfect cut, as long as it's as even as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I still have that 10 at the top. Perfect. So now I am going to go ahead and pin my top. I'm going to be focusing on the top first. And as you guys can see, our pants have like these 3 lines, like 3 scrunch levels. So I'm going to attempt to do the same on her pants. This will be for a matching outfit that we're going to be wearing to a party very soon, and I just want to be able to show you guys the pants, how we figured that out, as well as the t-shirt, which will be our next video. So I'm going to go ahead and pin all the way around here, and once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and throw that on my sewing machine. I have this arm thing, so all I have to do is just scoot the pins up and go around that circle. I'm going to go ahead and do that. The first layer, I'm not going to be putting any elastic in, because the way that our pants were, it was an empty scrunch layer, the layer with the elastic, and then another empty layer. So I'm just going to quickly align it perfectly, do my back stitch, and go ahead and do that first round. And as you guys can see, it has a bit of scrunch in it. The material is kind of, and it's not perfect, but that's fine, because I'm just doing a quick video, but I am kind of forcing more material under there to kind of give it a light gather. And then I'm going to finish off with a double stitch, and I'm going to prepare to do my next layer. And I like to finish off my seams, because I do not have a serger, with a lighter. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go do the second row, but this time I'm going to leave a little space open for my elastic. So I'm just simply aligning it on my machine. I'm going to start with my back stitch as always, and I'm going to go around, making sure that I leave that space open. And you guys see I'm not concentrating that much on making that extra scrunch, how I should say, because I'm going to be putting the elastic in there, and the elastic is going to help me with that. So I did my back stitch, and as you guys can see, I left a little bit open. And now I'm going to go ahead and get my safety pin and my elastic. I'm going to go ahead and pin the tip of my elastic, and I don't really cut it until I got what I want. I'm measuring it. I know that Isabelle's waist is 15 inches, so I want to mark the 15 inches to make sure that I have more than enough. And I'm going to go ahead and slide it through. This method is pretty easy. You basically push and pull. You push the pin, and then you pull the elastic. Push the pin, pull the elastic, until you get all the way back to the opening again. I just wanted to make sure that it has enough scrunch, so it's not too tight on her waist, but it's also not too loose. And it also has that pretty scrunch look. So now I'm going to be matching my 2 open pieces of elastic. And I'm simply going to take it back to the sewing machine once I get it to how I want it to be. And I noticed that the line, it didn't go all the way to 15. It was about 14 inches of elastic, so an inch less. So it's not that much of a stretch, so it really won't be that tight on her, and she'll actually be able to grow into these, because of course we'll have them for a long time, our pants. So I would like her to be able to wear them for a bit longer as well. I'm basically going to do a back stitch, first stitch, back stitch, front stitch, and cut it. And that's pretty much it. So now my elastic is in there. I like the gather of it all, including the elastic, so I'm going to go ahead and seal that up. Now, after I finish closing this layer with my elastic, I'm simply going to go to and make sure that it's even, that it begins where the other one ended, so it's not like these cricket lines. You want me to be able to see them, but presentation is key, even when you're doing your own things. So now I'm turning it inside out, and I'm going to fold the bottom because I don't have a serger machine, so I'm just going to fold and pin it all the way around, and then take it to the sewing machine so that it'll have kind of this closed and sealed finish. And I'm almost done pinning. And guys, this is pretty much a really easy project. You can actually make 2 pair of pants from one, as you guys can see. If you had twins, this would be an even better thing for you. But if you have a bigger size baby, if your baby is a few months older or almost a year, you can just use 1 pair of pants and use one whole leg and the other whole leg, and then you just find the way to do the top of your pants by sealing it together, the 2 legs together. But if you have a smaller baby, you can easily use 1 pants leg to do so. So now I'm going to start pulling out my pins and going ahead and finishing up this last layer of my top scrunch. While I'm doing so, I'm just making sure that the fold is still there and it's secure, and this will help it to last longer. When I wash it, thread will not be loose and going everywhere, so that'll be better for me. And I love how it looks. It looks like it has an awesome finish, and it was pretty easy. So I'm going to go ahead and finish going around. And I be sure that my thread, like my sewing, the line that I'm making, that it matched the previous line that I made from start to finish, that is even all the way through. And like I said before, I like to finish it off with a lighter. It kind of seals it and there's no loose thread left behind. So the last part is pretty easy. Some people would do a zigzag stitch, but this is not that much of a stretch material, and there's more than enough space for her, so I don't really need it to stretch much. I'm just going to go ahead and do a straight line all the way around, kind of like a rainbow. So from one leg past the crotch to the other leg, all in one sewing. So at the crotch, I'm making sure that it's nice and tight, so when her diaper comes through, that it won't rip or anything. And then I'm just going to go ahead to my other leg and make sure that the foot is even as I approach it. So I'm kind of making sure that the 2 pieces at the bottom are aligned, and I do my back stitch. Now that that's finished, I'm going to finish off everything with my lighter, and it's pretty much it. So now it's time for her to try them on. I was super excited and super happy to say that they fit perfectly. As you guys can see, it's very comfortable. She can move around in them. She can stand up in them. They go over her diaper. The last pair did not even cover her diaper. It was just too small. So I made sure that I got the proper measurements. I know around her waist is 15, and I know her legs are pretty much 10. And I made sure I left some allowance for her diaper. And yeah, you could scrunch it up. Some people like their pants to be super long. So if you wanted the baby pants to be longer, you can simply make it longer. You can pull it up, pull it down. Whatever style mommy and daddy is wearing, you pretty much want baby to wear it as well. That's the awesome part about doing the mommy and me, daddy and me, family matching things, is that everybody looks alike, and it's really, really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and try to sit her down so you guys could see my scrunch levels and the top of the pants. If she wants to sit down, Isabelle does what Isabelle likes to do, because she's my Isabelle. So she can sit comfortably. It's not too tight by any means necessary. So I want to thank you guys for watching. This was really fun, and I don't want you to forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please do not forget to do that, as well as turn on your button.